Hello everyone and welcome to the latest episode of my vlog. We're here on the shores of Lake Panasoffkee in Central Florida. One of the most popular activities for tourists when in Florida is to take an airboat tour to see the wildlife in the wetlands. And let's find out in this episode why this activity is so fun. If you happen to be heading to Florida for a holiday, many people will tell you to go visit the Everglades. Now, that's in fact a huge national park, 1.5 million acres of wetland preserve on the southern tip of Florida. Now, that is quite accessible if you happen to be in Miami or Fort Lauderdale. But if you happen to be visiting one of the many theme parks in the Orlando area, or even going further north in the state of Florida, don't worry, there are plenty of other wetland nature reserves that you can visit for a taste of the Everglades experience. Lake Panasoffkee is about 55 miles from downtown Orlando and the journey takes about 1 hour.
Yes, Bob, and Joe, more than welcome to stand up. Don't fall in, please.
That was our first sighting of an alligator on this tour. However, if you do come on one of these tours expecting and hoping to see loads and loads of alligators, you may be disappointed. You really can't predict just how many alligators you can see, and if you really want to get up close and personal and see loads and loads of alligators and want a selfie with one of them, then perhaps you should consider visiting an alligator farm instead. There are actually loads and loads of alligator themed parks all over Florida for you to visit. But this is more, if you like, a geography lesson, a biology lesson to learn about the ecology and the makeup of the Florida wetlands and see the animals in their most natural habitat, not in a zoo. And for me, that is a far more interesting experience. The water here at Lake Panasoffkee is clean and clear. The lake is naturally fed by local springs. And despite the fact that it looks quite deep, the waters here rarely exceed the depth of 4 feet. That's 1.2 meters.
These are real Florida gators here.
That's pretty so cute, right?
Yeah. Oh, he's brave. The wind is being my friend right now.
Wow. Wow. Oh my. Hey. Wow.
Everybody good with them, or y'all follow them a little bit? Pretty neat.
Of course, alligators are in fact cold-blooded creatures, so they will hide away from the midday sun when the weather gets too ridiculously hot in Florida. So if you are visiting during the very hot months, then it is highly recommended that you do take this airboat tour either very early in the morning or at least close to dusk when the weather gets a little bit cooler in the late afternoon. However, if you are visiting in the winter months when it can get quite cool in Florida, then you can really take this airboat any time of the day you like. You may have noticed that I am indeed wearing mufflers on my ears because it can be very noisy on the airboat.